So Mayank is asking, how do we forget past failures and give a new try? What a beautiful question. Okay. Now understand something. I want to take you back in your childhood when you were an infant and when you started to learn to crawl and walk. Tell me, is there any child or any infant started learning just in one day, learning to walk just in one day? Answer is no, right? How many times have we fallen down before we actually started walking? How many times have we spilled the food before actually starting to eat properly? How many times we fumbled, stammered, we couldn't speak before we started becoming fluent in speaking? As a child, what was your attitude when you failed at something? Weren't you curious? Or did you say like, hey, you know what, I failed today, I can't walk, I don't want to even try now next time. You know what, I'm anyway spilling the food, I'm not going to eat the food even if I'm hungry now. You didn't do that, right? What you did is you went and did it anyway. You were curious for the next step. Remember, failures is a part of becoming master at something. Every master was once a disaster. So there are no past failures. The meaning that you attach to these experiences becomes your life. Or that's what something that you focus on. How about changing your meaning from failures to learnings? I learned something, and as long as I'm learning something, I'm always going to start doing something new. And don't use the word try. Just say I'm doing it, like how Yoda said, do or don't try. There's no failure, there is only learning, and there is doing or not doing. When you say try, you're actually telling yourself that you're okay to again not do it, or again not do it well, or again fail at it. So change the meaning that you have attached to those incidents and those experiences. I know it's difficult. It's not easy. It's every single day effort to look at your life in the past. And there are many incidents in our life, Mayank. If you look at your life yourself, like on the hindsight, you start, connecting those dots and you feel, hey, you know what? That relationship failed. Wow, that was the best thing that happened to me. That business failed. Wow, I learned so much. My next business just soared. Wow, this happened. That it was really good for me. How many times on the hindsight we feel that whatever we failed at has actually given us the lesson, the wisdom, the understanding to do something better in our life. So every experience that you have gone through and you feel that you have failed, remember, you haven't failed. Again, don't attach yourself in that experience and say, I am a failure. No. You just failed at that attempt. Like how Edison said. Somebody asked him that, you finally developed the light bulb. So you failed 9,999 times. And he said, I did not fail. I understood 9,999 ways to not melt that light bulb. So that's what you did in the past when any attempt that did not go well for you, you actually learned and you became wiser. So in fact, attaching an identity as a failure, you are putting your all efforts, yourself down. That's reducing your self-worth, self-esteem and self-love. So when you look back, start connecting the dots that every experience that you went through or whatever you are attaching to, what did you learn from it? How wiser have you become now to make it better for the future? The moment you start shifting your perception and the moment you start looking at yourself wiser than a failure, you will see automatically your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-love will go higher and you will start focusing on building something better. I'm not saying you'll try building something better, but you'll actually start building something better. Okay? So let me know. Atul is asking how to make different types of income source. Wonderful question, Atul. Now, when it comes to developing different kinds of income source, there are going to be two kinds of income source. One is an active income source, like a like whatever job, business, or whatever you're doing, like an active source of income, and one is going to be the passive source of income. Now remember something, your active source of income kind of going to be like a working for something and getting paid for it, right? Now when you are working for something and getting paid for it, the first thing that you need to understand is the value that you add. You're not getting paid for your time, remember that. You're getting paid for the value that you're adding. So remember to add massive value, whichever, wherever, whether you're in the job or whether you're in the business or whether you are in the service. You got to ask yourself this question: have you gone and become the top 10% of your industry? Because when you reach that top 10% is the real meat. Really, you're going to make huge amount of money for the skills and for the capabilities or for the value or for the product and for the services that you're bringing into the world. Now, the moment you get there, your active income starts increasing. And when your active income starts increasing, you can start putting that active income into the passive income streams, like growing your money through investing in the stocks, mutual funds and bonds and gold and property and things like that. Or maybe even starting a business. The second thing that you want to do with the active income is whichever level you are right now, you want to take out a 10% of your active income and put it into self-education. What do you mean by self-education? Not getting the degrees in the college and universities. No. Making yourself a better person. How do you make yourself a better person? By doing personal development. Personal development is all about building your foundational skills about how you think, how you feel, how you act. Building yourself, making yourself a better person. Okay, so that first thing that you do with the active income. The second thing, as I said, the passive income. Now, there are various ways you can make passive income. Passive income could be when you have invested in a property. Now, to invest in a property, you need a huge chunk. So, when you invest in a property and that property goes on the rent or property appreciates, that becomes your passive income. The second passive income could be writing a book, publishing it, and then so many of you are saying that you bought my book from Amazon. Now that's a passive income for me. I wrote that book once and now it's there on Amazon and it's been bought by various people. Every single day, so many books get sold and I get that passive income. Now I'm going to get that for the rest of my life. The more books I write, the more I publish on and put it on Amazon, the more it gets sold. Now, the second thing, it could be creating a audio video course or anything one-time effort. And if it keeps paying you again and again and again, is a passive income. Now, you got to understand both of these things and then you got to see what are the existing skills that you have that you can use to create active income and passive income. And then eventually, once you've identified those skills, you begin with that. And then slowly you keep adding more skills so that you can start building more passive income streams. At the same time, creating more active income streams. Like some people, when they get success in one business, then they start other business. So some people are having, various businesses, and each business, they have teams and they're active in those businesses. And each of these businesses give them the active income. Or some of the businesses can be passive income streams where you're a sleeping partner and somebody else is working and you're getting the shares and you're getting the money out of that business. So there are various ways to do this. It entirely depends on how deep you want to dive into this, how deep you want to learn, and how deep you want to have a desire to create that wealth for yourself. Intellectual property could be another passive income stream, which is great. Today's time, it's a knowledge economy. So the more knowledge you spread, the more money that you make. So you can start building yourself in that space. Let me know if this helps you.